if I could only focus on 3 main priorities to get in shape, this is what they would be. Number 1, exercise intensity. You have to be training in the gym at an intensity level that is going to promote adaptation in your body. So the body is amazing. It adapts to stress. You give the body stress, it then needs to adapt to that stress. It needs to be able to handle it the next time that it faces that. So that's why if you lift a heavy weight in the gym, your body may struggle that week, that day, and it thinks to itself, well, I need to now be prepared to lift that weight if I ever have to do that again. Your muscles regrow a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. The next time you come in, that weight doesn't feel so heavy. So now you've got to go to the next weight. And that's a very simple way of breaking it down, but that's the easiest way to think about it. I give my body stress, it adapts to that stress. I need to give my body harder stress. If you don't stress your body, there's a saying, if you don't use it, you lose it. So if my body's not being applied stress on a regular basis, it doesn't need to be able to overcome that stress, so it deteriorates, for lack of a better word. That is why, that is my number 1 priority, exercise intensity. Training until it is hard. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. Always think that. The exercise has to be hard. Now, that's not saying it needs to be the heaviest weight in the world. This is relative. This is specific to the individual. So for you, it might be lifting a 2 kilogram weight. That might be hard. That's enough. For someone else, it might be lifting a 10 kilogram weight. As long as the difficulty is there, it needs to be hard. That is number 1. Number 2 is eating 80% whole foods. And I say 80%, it could be 90%, 85%. Obviously, I'm not expecting an exact percentage. The idea is just that a significant proportion of the food that you consume on a weekly basis is whole foods. And what does whole foods mean? It means that food that you're eating is the ingredient. For example, this coconut. There's no nutrition label on this coconut. It is a coconut. So if I eat this, I'm eating a coconut. I'm not eating any added refined sugars, any gums or emulsifiers or anything like that. Same as a banana, same as an apple, same as a broccoli or a sweet potato or a piece of chicken or steak. And that is why that is my priority, and not, like, it could easily be hit a protein number. For most people in this industry, it is exercise and protein intake. And protein intake is so important, but I think if you just focus on eating whole foods, you're going to, as a byproduct, you're going to get adequate protein intake, because meats and protein sources are whole foods. Eggs, egg whites, Greek yogurt, chicken, steak, all these things are whole foods. So that is my priority. If I am just eating mostly whole foods, I'm eliminating all of the additives that are designed to make you have cravings. They're highly palatable. You want to go back for more. You want to overeat them. They're not satiating. They don't fill you up. Could be all sorts of hidden things in there that you don't know if you're not reading nutrition labels properly. So number 1, train insane or remain the same. So train at a good exercise intensity. Number 2, eat primarily whole foods. Number 3, no snacking. Over years of doing this and trying all different diets and all different nutrition tips, my number 1 biggest impact nutrition-wise on my physique, snacks. No snacking. The no snack method. Snacking is where you add up calories throughout the day without even realizing. You think, I haven't even eaten that much. I just had a bit of this and a bit of that. Well, a handful of nuts is a few hundred calories. Things from a packet are typically going to be snacks. So foods that you're likely to snack on are going to be calorie dense, so high calorie foods that are low in protein. Not many snack type foods are high in protein unless you're eating a can of tuna. And even then, are you getting the right tuna? You don't want to overeat those sorts of like tinned foods anyway. Typically, this is general, but snack type foods are not good for you, are not great for you. When you snack regularly, you're not then going to be craving nourishment as much when it comes to mealtime. When it comes to lunch, dinner, whatever it may be, and you haven't snacked before the last meal and you've left an adequate time, your body is now craving nourishment. So if you're eating whole foods, it's going to thrive off of that. It wants the protein source. It wants the vegetables and the fruit and the good quality carbohydrates, like a sweet potato or a potato. Whereas if you've snacked, you're now likely to just snack on more highly palatable types of foods, not the nourishing ones, because you're not as you're not craving something to fulfill you. So like, a big heavy meat or a chicken, you're probably less likely to consume that, but it's easy to go and eat some more lighter foods like rice or pasta that are very calorie dense. I think if you put those three things together, exercise intensity, whole foods, no snacking, all of the little things that can be quite intricate and confusing, and all these little things you got to focus on. Oh, I've got to meet my calories. I've got to meet my protein intake. I've got to get the right meal timing. I've got to have good energy for my exercise to push myself. All of those things are going to be covered if you just focus on those three as a byproduct. You're going to get your protein intake. You're less likely to overconsume calories. And you just don't have to think about as much. It's just the less is more. The simpler we keep it, the more likely we are to stick to it, the more repeatable it is, and the more consistent we can be. Consistency over a long period of time is what pays off, rather than being perfect for a couple of days and then falling off the wagon. You just need to set yourself realistic, attainable targets and then just stick to that most of the time for a long period of time.